and he was told his father Prince Charles had done the right thing by not releasing a statement despite a barrage of attacks from Harry. Since the turn of the year, Harry has appeared in several interviews where he has spoken of his childhood within the royal family and the trauma caused by the death of his mother Diana. Harry also spoke of how his father had merely passed on his genetic suffering to Harry rather than breaking the cycle. Royal expert Marlene Koenig, speaking to Express.co.uk, questioned why the Duke has continued his attacks against the firm. Indeed, Ms. Koenig claimed the public may begin to change their perception of the royal as he continues his journey into the media realm. However, the expert claimed Harry's recent comments reveal how desperate he was to depart the royal family. Ms. Koenig claimed Duke does not realize the consequences of his comments on his father and brother. She said, "There are certain things which he's doing without thinking, and it may come back to bite him. But he's in a place where that's the only thing he knows, and perhaps at some point, he will, for want of a better expression, outgrow it. And because I don't think he realizes he's hurting, really his father, or his brother. But at some point, people will start to say, you've got to stop doing this because you're using your problems to make money. And their whole goal was to be financially independent." Charles has remained silent since Harry's recent comments, which the expert claimed was the right plan of action as the feud between the two sides continues. She added, "Maybe Harry's not getting what he wants. We're only hearing what we hear in the interviews. We're not hearing anything from Dad, which is the right thing to do." During a podcast interview with American actor Dax Shepard, Harry insisted he did not blame his father but that he suffered his own trauma due to the experiences of Charles' own childhood. He said on the Armchair Expert podcast, "There is no blame. I don't think we should be pointing the finger or blaming anybody, but certainly when it comes to parenting, if I've experienced some form of pain or suffering because of the pain or suffering that perhaps my father or my parents had suffered, I'm going to make sure I break that cycle so that I don't pass it on, basically. It's a lot of genetic pain and suffering that gets passed on anyway, so we as parents should be doing the most we can to try and say, you know what, that happened to me, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen to you." Harry continued his series The Me You Can't See this week with a town hall conversation with Oprah Winfrey. Speaking to the TV host, Harry once again alluded to his childhood within the firm. He claimed during the second part of his 3-episode series, people often mask their mental struggles from close relatives, who then feel ashamed that they did not realize there was a problem. He said, "As parents, as siblings, certainly from what I've learnt, there's an element of shame we feel, because we're like, how could we not have seen it? How did we not know? How did you not feel comfortable enough to come to me and share that with me? But we all know when people are suffering and people are struggling, that we're all incredibly good at covering it up for those that know that we're covering it up.